Let's see, is it possible for artificial intelligence to generate wealth on its own? That's the big promise, isn't it? BitradeX's promise, a cryptocurrency trading platform. In this analysis, we're going to break down their presentation to understand how they claim it works, from their technology to the returns they promise. Let's get to it. It all starts with this image, which is super powerful, right? And it's not by chance, you know? What they're trying to convey from the very first moment is the idea of highly advanced future technology, setting the stage for what's coming next. And here it is, the slogan, the central promise. Just like that, let AI generate wealth for you. This is their big claim to stand by. A very, very bold statement. Now, let's see what's really behind all of this. We're moving into the first part, the promise of AI. Here, we're going to see exactly what BitradeX is and what typical investor problems they claim to solve. Let's see, they define themselves as a platform that aims, and pay attention here, to redefine the digital asset market. The words they repeat the most are secure, efficient, and intelligent. And the engine to achieve all of this, according to them, is their artificial intelligence, which is designed to maximize profits. And you have to wonder who they're talking to. Well, look, they target the problems that almost everyone has. Not having enough time, that crypto is too complicated, or that the market goes up and down and gives you a dizzying feeling you can't shake. And that's exactly where they bring in AI as the solution, as the perfect shield to overcome those obstacles. All right, let's get to it. To the heart of the machine. What is this AI bot that's supposedly doing everything? Well, they call it an intelligent custody module, and they tell us it's not the typical bot that just buys and sells, no. They present it more like a central brain that connects all users with its trading strategy, one they call ArcVale. So, how does this work for someone who wants to invest? According to the presentation, there are 3 very simple steps. First, you deposit capital in USDT. Second, that money goes into some funds they call USDN to diversify, so you don't put all your eggs in one basket. And third, that's it, the ARC model gets to work and starts trading with different cryptocurrencies. Well, now we get to the part that everyone is probably most interested in, the money. What investment plans do they offer, and above all, what returns do they promise? Let's see, they put 4 investment cycles on the table. They range from 30 days up to a whole year, 360 days. And the idea is very simple. The longer you leave your money in, the more they promise you'll earn each day. It starts at 0.3% daily for the shortest plan and goes up to 0.5% per day for the 1-year plan. And to give us an idea, they give an example with $10,000. Look, in 30 days, those 10,000 would turn into 10,900. Not bad. But be careful, if you choose the longest cycle, the 360-day one, the promise is a 180% profit. So those 10,000 would become 28,000. Those are numbers. Well, honestly, those are spectacular numbers. But that's not all. They also highlight a few other things. They say you can withdraw your earnings whenever you want, that there's another fund apart from the compound interest one, and of course, the typical reward system if you bring in new people. All right, let's zoom out a bit, because BitradeX isn't just about trading, no. They've built an entire ecosystem around their own token. The token in question is called BitradeX, with a $ in front, of course, and the total supply is 1 billion. This is the basic fact to understand how their economy works, what is known as tokenomics. And here in the distribution, there's something that stands out. Almost half, 45%, is allocated to something they call ecological construction. The team keeps 15% for themselves, and the rest goes to airdrops, market liquidity, and a node sale. Then, to try to make the token increase in value over time, they talk about a deflationary mechanism. It sounds complicated, but the idea is to take 20% of what they earn in commissions and use it to buy back their own tokens and literally burn them, destroy them. This way, there are fewer tokens in circulation, and in theory, each one is worth more. Okay, we've reached a key point for anyone thinking about investing: security and regulation. What arguments does BitradeX give for people to trust them? Well, to build that trust, they highlight 3 strong points. First, a security audit by CertIC. Second, they claim to have a license to operate with money in the United States, an MSB. And third, that they use cold wallets, meaning they're disconnected from the internet, with the keys stored in HSB safes. So these are solid arguments to provide reassurance. And now comes the figure that is, well, it's just incredible. They claim to move more than $12.5 billion a day in derivatives and cite CoinMarketCap. It's a huge number, an outrageous amount, which they use to make it clear they're not just anyone in the market. And of course, so it doesn't look like they're making it up, they include these screenshots in the presentation. They look like they're taken directly from CoinMarketCap. Yes, this is the proof they show to justify that massive volume figure. And with this data in hand, the conclusion they reach is very straightforward. They claim that this volume places them among the top 100 largest exchange platforms in the world, according to CoinMarketCap. An extremely important achievement, if that's the case. And all of this leaves us with a final question, an important reflection. Beyond this particular platform, as we see artificial intelligence getting more and more involved in finance, what new opportunities are opening up? And above all, what new risks are emerging? It's a key question that we should all be asking ourselves. Thank you very much for your attention.